What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia line of figures, Endeavor, or Endeavor if you're fancy. But man, this guy looks awesome. This isn't one I'll take any character from the show, but this isn't one that I thought would come as soon as it did in the line. Like, I feel like there are other characters that should have came first. But, you know, again, I'm not too upset to get an Endeavor. But I want the whole class. I think that'll be super cool to eventually get Class 1A. Maybe build the League of Villains. Like, I'm surprised they didn't do Toga yet. I thought she would come first, maybe twice. Like, a 2-pack of her and twice would be awesome. But, again, I will take any character from the line. But taking a look at Endeavor here, we got like some awesome promotional art, which the flames look a little bit different than they do on the actual figure, but I don't really know which one I like better. It says Endeavor on the side, more promotional art, just kind of his hair. It's just like the same picture there. On the back there, you just get that same image. Really no information at all. No wave association, just 22 moving parts. On the back, or on the other side, just says My Hero. Here's the bottom and the barcode if you're looking for that. I found mine at Target. On the top, you get a little bit of poo-poo on the top, but I think that's all it is for the packaging. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open because I'm very excited to see what he's about. So taking a look at Endeavor out of the packaging. True, this guy's awesome. He's the one thing I will say is he's really hard to play around with because he's so sharp. Like, the joints are, as always on McFarlane figures, very tight. So you have to, like, get a good grip on them and push a little bit hard to move, or, like, you know, get them to move. And on things like his head, where his hair and the flames are spiky pieces, it can be really hard to move his head a little bit. And his legs sometimes, and my fingers get caught on there. But, I mean, it's kind of the nature of the character. And they have these nice translucent pieces. They have to be hard plastic. So I totally understand why they did it. And it honestly doesn't bother me very much at all. Just something I thought I'd mention. But taking a look at that head sculpt, man, that looks awesome. Unfortunately, I got that stupid little paint scuff right on his chin, and I had two to look at, and my girlfriend and I were looking, and I was like, oh, they look the same, they look the same. I buy it, and we start walking out, and I'm like, oh, shit, this has a scuff on his face. But honestly, not that big a deal. I think the translucent pieces look great. You get to see his hair in the back, which is super sharp and super spiky. All the big shoulder pads look awesome. I really, really like them. On the back, this piece does come separate on the back of the box, and you have to rip it out, so I had to throw this box away, which usually I don't do, but it's not that big a deal when I have to, and it just plugs in to complete the look. The flames on the shoulder pads and the back look awesome, all uniform, very clear and shiny red, like orangey red plastic. The arms look really good. Oh, God, I hate this. Why does he have a trigger finger? It's so annoying. He did not need to come with a trigger finger. Just give us 2 fists, or at least give us the option for 2 fists. Like, if you're going to do this, make that an option part, not a only solution type thing. That bothers the shit out of me. I hate that. But the gauntlets look good. The paint on the back of the hand looks nice. There's texture all over the figure. The paint goes all the way around on his suit. His belt is painted very nicely. These lines painted down his legs are nice. And then on his boots, you also get the flames as you should. And the feet are actually molded in that translucent plastic, so it matches very nicely. But you still get all the articulation that you normally would in a McFarlane figure. So yeah, he looks really, really nice. And he looks big and bulky. So that's pretty cool. But, you know, there's just like little paint scuffages here and there. Just like kind of a little bit of a QC thing, but honestly nothing too major. And when he's just standing on the shelf, he looks really, really nice. The texture adds a lot to this guy. There aren't any accessories to speak of. So let's go ahead and hop right into articulation. So for Endeavor's articulation, the head is going to look upwards that far, so pretty good. I mean, actually that's really good. Down not so much because he's got that big fire beard thing. Side to side, it can be done, just you just got to be careful with your fingers. Like, you can see my hands are getting all chewed up. So pretty good articulation, good tilt there, so I like that a lot. The shoulders will move upwards that far, down that much. They will rotate all the way around. You just kind of got to move out of the way of the shoulder pad. You got that butterfly like ball peg in there that gives a little bit of movement. Bicep swivel is incredibly tight on both sides, but it is there if you really need that. But you do get a single jointed elbow. that does swivel, so that if your bicep swivel doesn't work, that works. And then a ball hinge wrist with a nice seated ball joint so it doesn't look super ugly. The diaphragm joint is gonna move that far forward and that far back, so nothing like too crazy, but it does rotate at the top and at the waist here. And between the two, you get a pivot that goes that far that way and that far that way. So pretty decent, nothing crazy though. The hips will move outwards that far, down. He'll kick forward that far, back that far. You do get thigh rotation, so that's pretty cool. I think he's starting to implement that a little bit more. So nice thigh rotation there. Double jointed knees that do go all the way. And then the ankles will hinge up, down, pivot, and he still does have a toe joint. So he's just really tight. The articulation's there. He's just really tight. And I think he has the articulation that Endeavor would need. So this is pretty sick to me, actually. He looks really, really nice. And I think he moves around for the character well enough. So, as probably mentioned, he doesn't come with accessories, but if you're a fucking crazy person like I am, you probably have tons of flame pieces sitting around that you could use, put all over the place with them. This base came from that DC Multiverse 2-pack of the White Knight Batman and Asbat suit. This came from a basic Captain Marvel figure. These came with Ghost Rider, and I have tons of other ones to speak of, Boom Booms. So in my pictures on Instagram, be sure to check those out because I did use a bunch of different things to go along with him to amplify the figure because, like I said, he's pretty lacking in the accessory department. But with that being said, I do have to say that he is really awesome. He's a nice big figure. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything to compare him to here. If I was back at school, I would have had All Might to compare him to, but unfortunately, I am not right now, so All Might is miles away. But it would have been cool to get them fighting together or against each other, but you know, what you gonna do? Life goes on. So at this point in the video, I'd like to give my rating because I know you guys are wondering about what I'm thinking. So if I was to give this figure a rating, I would go ahead and give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think the articulation is there. It's just a little hard to use, a little tough, and he is lacking in the accessory department, especially not giving us a second fisted hand for the right side. That makes me pretty pissed off. But with all that being said, I'm still really happy about this figure, and I think that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, do yourself and me a favor and like, comment, subscribe to the video and the channel. It is greatly appreciated when you do so. Follow me on Instagram. I took a bunch of pictures of him using all these different flame effects, and some of them turned out pretty cool, and I'm sure you would like to see those. But I think that's all I got for today. So as always, let me know. You coppin'? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.